Vince here. Today I want to talk about a new project because I don't have enough projects. A bike was gifted to me, a bike with problems, and I'll put a picture of it up here. And if I can work out how to do that. And I've stripped it already, but I've got photos of it when I got it. So, but I've stripped it down. The frame and a subframe are away at the blasters. They're already done. I'm just getting ready. All the polish work here, all the alloy work to be polished. Steering clamp, triple clamps, fork legs, the fender stays, and all that sort of stuff. Make it look good. The bike itself, as you'll see from the picture, is a 2000 model Hinckley Triumph triple. It's an adventurer, so basically a Bonneville with a short guard, which is fine. I don't mind the look at it at all, but the motor's sad. That's the motor on the floor there. When I got the motor, it had water in the oil, and it had a starter clutch problem. Now the starter clutch is pretty easy to fix, actually. You can do it through the top of the gearbox. It's not a problem. But the water in the oil thing, I'm not very keen on that. And also, they came with a set of carburetors which are very unforgiving. They really give a lot of fucking problems. They're a little Mikuni CV and they're not very good. Yeah. So I've been stripping all the poly, because basically whenever you get polished aluminium on a bike, it's covered in like a polyurethane, almost like a clear coat, but it's quite thick and it's very hard wearing. So what it's not very good at is keeping your alloy in good condition, because anyone with a Harley will know the fork legs are covered in this poly, and what ends up happening is this. You see that pitting? That's from stone chips. The stones chip the poly, and then moisture and whatever fucking garbage gets in behind the poly and actually starts corroding the aluminium. So what you've got to do then is you've got to strip all the poly off, get them polished, and then if you're really keen, get them re-poly coated or poly coat them yourself. And you can buy polyurethane coating around the place, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave them bare and polish them when they need polishing. So that's the other thing. One of the problems with bare polished aluminium is that you have to polish it all the time because it dulls really quickly. And the idea of the poly coating is to keep it looking good, but it really doesn't over a long period. So yeah, I mean, if I really wanted to be sort of maintenance free, I would probably powder coat them. But yeah, don't want to do that either. It's a fucking hassle, and yeah, I don't want to do that. But yeah, most of it looks pretty good. I stripped it with a citrus-based stripper, and I've just been washing everything down. I've got the swing arm here. Hang on. The swing arm is there, leaning against that can, and that has to be stripped now. I'm going to pop that in the paint stripper and get all the coating off that. And then there's some repair work to be done for that. And probably in the future, some stiffening, because I've got plans for this bike to put a bit more, inject a bit more power into it. So the basic premise of this bike is that it's going to be injected now. I'm going to get a 955i motor, make it fit, and possibly put a low boost turbo on the front. A larger radiator and a low boost turbo is the plan. Probably about 5 pounds. Some of the 955s got to very high horsepower, like up over 150 horsepower in standard trim, or at least with slight mods. And that's cool. I can, you know, that would be fucking plenty for me, more than enough actually. But I want to do the turbo just to show off, basically, you know. If you got to, you know, if you're actually fixing bikes, you should do something to show off. So, Let's have a look. We're outside now. That's the tank. Got a few big dents in it. I'll weld the nut to that and I'll pop it out with the slide hammer. And that'll go off to the painters. In the tub there's some more tinware and paint. The headlight, the back guard, front guard, the chain guard, which I'll probably the chain guard. I'll probably powder coat that because they get a pretty hard time. But I've spent the last couple of days just cleaning chain lube off everything. The guy just went, "Oh, it's good to look after your chain, but get a better chain lube so it doesn't just fucking cover your whole bike, you know." Probably the best one I've found is Maxima Chain Wax. Tends not to throw off, and it's quite clean going on. It's a good one. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe like a T25 turbo with a wastegate, and just get a piston for £5 or something like that, and just build a plenum. They're sort of one of the hard things about those the 955 motor is on the carbureted motors, the carbies come off pretty much horizontal, and the injected motors, they go up. So I don't know how I'm going to go until I get a motor here and try it. I don't know how I'm going to go for a clearance on the frame, but I'm sure someone's done it before, or I'll just have to work it out myself. I can cut and shut anything. I can do framework, it's not a problem. In fact, looking over the frame, it isn't that particularly well welded together. A lot of the frames aren't full welds. A lot of the frame portions aren't fully welded. So I'd like to do those again, actually, and probably put some heavier stiffeners in where it needs it. Because it's not much of a frame. I'll show you a picture of it at a later date, because I'm going to do a series of videos while I do it. It's going to be a long-term project, so it's going to be over a long time, and yeah, with a bit of luck. I mean, there's one of the wheels in the background. There's the rear wheel. I'm going to leave the rear wheel and the rear disc, but the front end, I'm weighing my options on what I'm going to do about either putting twin discs on or putting one enormous disc on that will stop the bike when it's going fast. So the guy I'm in the process of sort of getting a smashed, I think it's a Sprint. I don't even look, maybe a Daytona. I can't even remember. It's an 04, obviously injected, and the bike has everything on it except for the voltage regulator. And I said, that's not a problem. I've got plenty of those. So and he said to me, you can take it, you can take everything you want off, and you can just dump the rest back here, and that suits me. So someone will at least get some use out of it. And with that deal, he said, I'll throw in whatever calipers you need to complete the brake mods. I went, yeah, that's fine. Whatever I do, I'll probably put a new disc on it anyway. So I like brakes, especially on a fast bike. I like them to handle too. So if I can find another left-hand fork leg, actually. If I can find another left-hand fork leg, a slider, well, I might go twin disc on it, but that would mean finding or making a hub, which making a hub isn't that hard. It's just another job, but it's it's not the simplest thing in the world. You've still got to sort of, I'd have to do it in the fucking mill to get all the hole spacing right and that sort of thing for the spokes. But it can be done. I mean, I think I've got some 100 mil up there somewhere. I could definitely make a hub. It's not that hub. It'll be a lot of hours of machining, but I've got nothing better to do, apart from all my other projects. But I'm not in a hurry, so hopefully we'll see you back here. Probably won't be for a few months, but I'll get the frame back from the blasters. I'm going to just prime it to stop it from rusting, and then we're going to get a motor, mock it all up, see what I got to cut and shut, and modify to make it sort of work. As for the fuel tank, it's going to stay standard, apart from I'm going to weld 2 fittings in the bottoms and in and out for the injection, and I'll put little CPP plug-ins there so I can quick detach the tank without any leaks. So yeah, there's a lot of room under the tank, and I think where the coils actually sit. But the newer motors have coil over, so there's no need for that anymore. And I'll probably mount the fuel pump and regulator and whatever there. So, but I do. Okay, I'll see you next time.